We live. That's what happens. Because we too loud. What's poppin'? Start with the You ready? We ready.
Welcome back to episode 2 of the Tea Talk podcast with your host, Brie and Mo. And this is your girl, Morgan. I don't know if I said Mo or Moo, but this is your girl, Morgan. And we are back for another episode tonight. Very excited. Go ahead and take it away, Miss Brie.
I am Brie. And like she said, we are back with episode 2.
Yes.
And we do want to go ahead and say that we are live from Venture X Studio in Frisco, sponsored by the JPK Crew Network. You can catch them every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time live. Go ahead. And what we got up today first?
First is our scripture, as always. We want to kind of keep that as our flow for opening every episode. So today's scripture is going to be read by Brie, and we're also going to be showing it to you guys on the screen that are tuning in live. Before we get to that, I just want to shout out everybody that watched and supported us on our very first episode.
Yes, it was exciting. Thank y'all.
Very exciting. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the positive feedback. Thank you for the things that were honest and, I mean, probably considered not so positive, but it's all in the growing. It's all in growing, all in learning. So we're excited and we're very grateful for y'all being here and just keeping it real with us.
Yes, and like she said, I do have the scripture of the day. And, of course, this is coming from 1 Peter 4:8. Most important of all, you must sincerely love each other because love wipes away many sins.
It surely does. And Brie picked that scripture, so I'm really proud of my guesses because that was so cute, and it really goes well with our topic tonight. Tonight's episode is titled, Love Me Not. So, yes, it's a little bit a mixture of Black love, self-love, loving each other, romance, whatever. It's the month of February, so we've got a lot going on. It is Black History Month, y'all. Shout out to all of my colored people that are watching. It's the melanin for me, period.
And I'm black every month.
Blickety black black. I can't say what's on your shirt.
Black.
Wait, what does it say? Blickety black black? Oh yeah,
Does
it do. It say blickety blackety black. Why did I say blickety?
Dang, like dark black, like black or black.
Like all the shades.
Like, dang, I'm like forever black.
Yeah.
Like, I can't change the black, huh?
Well, whatever. I mean, black is black. Anywho, so y'all, we're going to start off here with a little promotion about Black history. So if you follow us on our Instagram, it is going to be at T, not T. So that's like the letter T, not TEA. Talk, and that's where you can follow us. I think she has it on the screen now. You can follow us there. We actually uploaded a picture about a promotion that we want to do to highlight Black excellence that's around us in our communities, no matter where you live, no matter where you're watching from. If you just DM us or email us, we'll be more than happy to shout you out for no cost. We just want to grow our brand. We want to spread positivity and highlight all the excellence that's going on around us that is inspired by colored and Black people.
And if you're watching this right now, be sure to share so that we can get the conversation flowing with everybody. Yes. Like and share and comment and just stay tuned with us. Engage with us.
We had so much engagement on the first episode. That's what actually inspired us to go live this episode because we're like, you know what? It would be great to talk back to you guys in time instead of kind of watching it with y'all and talking to y'all, but actually answering your questions on here and directly being able to answer at that time is really great, and I'm sure it'll be fun. So I hope you guys are willing to kind of stick it out with us and interact as we go through this episode tonight.
Right.
All right. So the Black History Month quote, we're going to have one every week in February, or not quote, but person that we are celebrating today is Miss Shirley Chisholm. We actually are picking people that we don't know that much about, people that are outside of our normal Black history heroes to highlight and to talk about. So I'm going to be reading a little excerpt, not long, about Miss Shirley Chisholm. She was the very first African-American woman to be elected into the U.S. Congress and the first African-American to launch a campaign for a major party presidential nomination. So she was born in Brooklyn, and she ended up going to school in Brooklyn and graduating from Brooklyn College. And then she attended Columbia University, where she did graduate work there. She is well known for launching a political career. Starting in 1964, she was elected as the very first African-American assemblywoman from Brooklyn. She proved herself a powerful supporter of women and African Americans, and she was then reelected in 1965 and 1966. After that, she launched her campaign for a congressional seat from the 12th District in 1968. Her election made her the first African American woman in Congress, and her reputation as a maverick who crossed party lines made her an excellent politician dedicated to the goals of equality. So shout out to you, Miss Shirley Chisholm.
Amen.
All righty. Amen.
I felt that. She paved the way. Paved the way for the people.
All right, now, speaking of excellent women and black women, go ahead and tell us about who we're going to be doing a quick honoring of tonight.
Y'all, this grandma.
I can't.
Like, my grandma is really gone. Like, this lady, my great grandma, I'm sorry. She was great grandma. She was 96. But this lady is all we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is the one that was in every other movie for me in the culture. And I'm just so sad to see her go, Miss Cicely Tyson. Like,
yes,
this was the grandma of the culture. Like, rest in power. Like, I can't even say what's in peace.
Hey, Cicely with the bob.
The bang.
Cicely, it's the bang.
It's the bang.
It's the bang.
But my sister was cute, though. Like, she did not age bad at all.
No. She looks amazing. And we are just celebrating life. That's why we don't see us, like, somber or sad, because you have to understand that she lived a very full and achieved life. So we want to celebrate you tonight, Miss Cicely Tyson, with a quote. Shut it. If you know, you know. Celebrate you with a quote. It says, challenges make you discover things about yourself that you never really knew. Yes. She had many quotes, many quotable moments, and many highlighted moments. But we just want to shout her out tonight, and may you rest in peace. We love you, Grandma Cicely.
Gigi Cicely.
All right now, Grandma.
Well, rest in peace, though.
Okay, so next on the list is Hot Topics. I hate that word because I sound like Wendy. Speaking of Hot Topics and Wendy, has anybody seen Wendy's movie? I'm sorry, that made me laugh because I've never watched her movie, but I'm just hearing that the feedback from her movie is not great at all. Like, people are saying that she's made up stories, and then you see was it Method Man? I think the one that's on the new series of Power. I don't watch the Power. Yes. I don't watch Power Books too.
He is beautiful.
Yes, Method Man. His wife spoke out against her and was like, she's basically dragging her family down, and she's miserable, and she'll never have happiness.
I mean, look at what she looked like. So.
Stop it. Now, we on her promoting black excellence. Now, we can't be talking about Wendy. But sorry. No, seriously, though, let's get off Wendy to the real hot topics, to the real good topics, the juicy topics. Yeah, I don't. Because if we get on Wendy, then we ain't gonna be positive no more. Because she's. Just,
I do apologize. I take that back, but she came for a lot of people I ain't like,
or that you did like, right?
No, I didn't like the fact that she came for a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
I take that back. Okay, yeah, I said that wrong. I did say that wrong.
Okay. I corrected you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Y'all. Yeah, see, we here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first topic for tonight is about this 9-year-old girl out of Rochester, New York, that was arrested by police and pepper sprayed in the face and even handcuffed after being called by her family. Her family called the police on her or on the situation at hand, saying there was a family matter, that there was a family disturbance or whatever, a family troubles, how they want to put it, quote unquote. So this 9-year-old girl is screaming for her daddy when they had her in the back seat. She looked very distraught, as I could imagine any 9-year-old would be, very traumatized from this event. And apparently she even had a mental situation. This was a mental disability or a mental case that was going on because she was threatening to take her own life. And someone in that type of low that's wanting to take their own life and even possibly the life of their own mother, from what I'm seeing in these quotes by CNN, why would the police come there and make it even worse for her by traumatizing her even more? What is the police doing? What are the police doing these days? Who's training them? And what? Because I see they can be real nice at Capitol Hill. They can use less force at the Capitol Hill, but they couldn't use less force with a 9-year-old girl who was crying, who's in despair, who has a mental disability or a mental situation right now that's going on in her mind. Instead of us comforting and walking her through that and giving her the tools that she needs to get out of the situation, we make it worse for her. We traumatize her even more. We pepper spray her and put her in handcuffs. She's screaming, please help, please stop. I want my daddy.
My question is, how did we get to that point? Because I'm like, I don't know. My mom, shout out mama.
Shout out mama. Hey, Miss Daddy.
My mama ain't allow me to, walk around and act, certain type of ways, and, without getting slapped upside the head,
Of course.
If she would have handled the situation, my mom has never, called the police
Sometimes
on
you got to
none
get
of
your
the
head
kids.
knocked between the washer
Right,
and dryer.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's the parents' fault, because my mama just never called the police into the house. She always kind of handled her household.
Oh,
so how did we get to that point where
she's only 9. I've seen people get the police calling them in their teenage years, right? I've never seen it.
Like normally like a big son.
Like I work with 10 and 11-year-olds, and I wouldn't even, that's not even crossing my mind. It's not even an option. Like
you can handle
they don't even buff up or anything. And I know it's demographics, and I know it's situational, and it's everybody is different, and situations are different. But at the same time, and they also did not want to identify her ethnicity. They said they could not verify it. But what do you think her ethnicity was?
She look black in the video to me.
She might be blackity black, like your shirt say.
Like black every month black?
She might be the melanin for them.
Or
it might just be the melanin for them. The reason why they thought it was okay to arrest her, pepper spray her, and traumatize her with her mental disabilities at hand. Okay, well, let's move on to the next one. Because in that case, I don't know what else to say. If you guys don't have any feedback on that, I don't have any feedback. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that this is what's going on in the world. And speaking of Capitol Hill and how they use less force at Capitol Hill with the people who were there, the thugs that were there, disrupting disrupting our country. We've been taught so long. We've been taught so long to say our great country, but it might not be great.
I think it's great nation.
Anywho. With the thugs that was there, they had very low force. And the same thugs that got arrested for being at Capitol Hill, Brie, had the nerve to ask the judge to go on a Mexican vacation. They need to be pardoned to go on.
We said we couldn't confirm it.
If we can confirm it or not, this is what we're hearing. This is the tea, y'all. This is the tea for real. That we're hearing that somebody's asking the judge to go on a Mexican vacation, a little excursion, while they're supposed to be waiting in their jail cell, waiting for sentencing and what's going on and whatnot. Do you think we would be pardoned to go on vacay?
No, what's the one where we were sitting out for Breonna Taylor? Did they let any of them go on vacation?
No.
Well, like hundreds of people went to jail for protesting for Breonna Taylor. And remember Yandy and Portia, they was part of that. And they had we had to put our monies together to bail each other out because we doing right things. I remember. I don't remember that though, but.
Yeah, so that's just something else to bring up. That wasn't on our actual topics list. The next topic is actually kind of juicy to me because we know these people and kind of grown up watching them. The lovely T.I. and Tiny, Tip, and Tamika have been accused of some, very R. Kelly-ish accusation. That's the only best way I can say it. I'm kind of thrown off, y'all, because I'm seeing a trend in Black Hollywood. First, it started off with my Papa Bill Cosby. And then we went on down to
Did you say Papa?
Uncle Kelly. And, I'm still going to jam Uncle.
Oh, absolutely, because he got a lot of gems.
I'm still going to jam him, but it's like, I understand what you did was wrong, but that ain't got nothing to do with the music. That has nothing to do with the music.
No comment, because you know me, I start thinking outside the box.
Outside the box. No, but seriously, so they are accused of women, coming out and saying they've been drugging them, raping them, coercing. How do you say that word? Coercing? Y'all know what I'm talking about, but I can't get it out of my mouth today. But basically a forcing of them to do sexual acts that they are not, they're not desirable, or they're doing it under, not under their own will because they're drugged at the moment. And it's just like about 30 women at this point. And then today we found out that Lisa Bloom, who is a very famous ex-lawyer or, retired lawyer who helps women with sexual assault cases. She's won a lot of those cases and very famous for that, is taking on one of their accusers. So what is going on in your mind when you see Tip and Tiny in something like this? Because I know you actually like T.I. a lot. And I watch his podcast and stuff like that.
I'm sorry. I love that little family. I don't know. Maybe because I was in the OMG girl phase. So I love me some Reginae, so Lolo, some beauty.
But this ain't got nothing to do with Neek Neek. This has got to do with her daddy and her mama.
But, okay, so I don't know if everybody else, but I was on the Toya and Tiny wave. I was on the T.I. family hustle. But this ain't got nothing to do with them kids. I'm talking about T.I. and Tiny. That's my people. They're my family,
So, but what do you think? Okay, once it gets to a certain number of people, what do you think now has to be done in order to rectify or to at least get their name in the clear?
It was like, okay, at first I was like, they lying on Unc. They lying on Unc and Auntie. They lying on
period.
Okay, the first 5, I was like, they lying.
And then what about the Sabrina Patterson woman or Peterson woman? Let me get
I
her.
don't know her. Okay, that's the
Right.
thing. I don't know her.
Uh-huh.
From what I'm hearing, she is a little clout chaser. Am I
Right,
wrong?
and you actually put
Correct
me up
me if
to
I'm
speed
wrong.
about something about her and Tiny having some type of relationship with T.I. being knowing about it.
Yes. Okay, that's true too. So what I'm hearing, and once again, this is T with a T, not T-E-A. So don't take this and run with what Brie say. That yeah, I got little slogans already. But no, for real. So what I'm hearing is, it's little relations going on, inside the marriage. And that's up to you. If you do whatever
Right.
you want to do in your marriage, it's fine. What makes it out of line is when you start taking innocent women and using them. And then you're promoting that you're not against kind of sex trafficking. Do I agree that it's sex trafficking? We got to get the right information. Because if they're drugging these women and kind of, doing the unexclusive with them, then yeah, that's when it gets trafficking. But now if they're on their own will, talking about something, yeah, I want to be with y'all, how can we say they wrong?
Right.
Because you
and
were
that's
wrong
the
enough to
thing
say
now
that.
too that I'm seeing with their friend Shekinah, what you were telling me about the situation of them. Excuse me, Sabrina.
We have a few comments we need to address.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm excited.
So first and foremost, we got. She thinks she's slick. She think because she didn't put her real name, but we got TT in the comments.
Okay.
Auntie in the comments. She was like, "No vacation for criminals," is what she said. Criminals. I felt that, but she also said, "Let's blame the parents of the girls."
Do the criminals have like a little salt on them? Are they saltine?
I
Are they
don't know
oysters?
what they is, but I do know that is
because you know what? At this point,
they select which criminals they give the privileges to.
Are you following me though? Oyster, saltine, honey wheat. Now come on, something's going on here.
I like a little of all.
Because she said crust, so I'm like, what are we trying to say? Let's just call it like a spade. We're not trying to be funny, but it's like at the same time, where is the line going to be drawn when it comes to you commit a crime, I commit a crime? Who is going to decide that this needs to be treated the same way? It doesn't matter what you look like, if you have melanated, mayonnaise, whatever you want to say.
Mama said not salty.
Not
salty. But then she also said, Auntie said, let's blame the parents of the girls that were with R. Kelly. Is what she said.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because they do go into detail.
Of course.
Hold on, but we got Miss Chantel calling me out. She said, I also believe, she said, Brie, it's because you think ATL is an Oscar-winning movie. And everybody know Brie. No, I love my ATL.
We are a little biased when it comes to T.I. I do like them as well. And when I first heard it, I will agree that I thought, this has to be something that is an attack at their success.
Yeah.
Like you see somebody successful, you see their family, a black family, successful, and you're like, let me take little jabs to make it look like he's not all the way the man he portrays himself to be, especially because he has a past.
Right.
People probably think, oh, he hasn't really changed much. He just covered it up. So, it could be, that could be the truth. Like, that could literally be the truth. He could have not changed, and he could still be into doing things that could cause him to be the criminal.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's why I say it doesn't matter what you are. If you're a criminal, you're a criminal. If he's done this stuff, he deserves to get what's coming for him, just like in the situation with Meg and Tory. That's why I haven't spoke about it, because it's like whoever is lying, it will come out, and they're going to deserve the punishment that they get, because you shouldn't be lying and dragging folks in the media if it's not true.
I don't know. Okay, so it's like, my thing is, with the Meg and Tory, it's different because somebody was actually shot. My thing is with the social media.
Shot or grazed?
Baby, I have no idea.
They said grazed, like grazing in the grass.
But my thing is, it's like with T.I. and Tiny, it's a little different because it's he say, she say, and nobody has proved anything. Like, all they have is like little messages that can be made up. You see what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. Like, all we're doing is on a he say, she say. But it's like, it took y'all 20-something years, so how can we still believe that it took you 20-something years to come out about you being raped? Because let somebody touch me, I'm calling mama, sister, brother.
Now, this is the part that we were laughing at earlier before we got on the air. Neither of us were surprised that they had people in the bedroom, because that's their business, and we just kind of figured from the way that they
says these have been the rumors following them for years.
Yes, and they're just like the rumors revolving Will and Jada. So not to bring other people up, but like I'm saying, this is a Hollywood thing. I think when people get this money and this fame, we do lose a little bit of ourselves, and we become desensitized to some of the things that we probably thought before were inappropriate, but now we're like, okay, let's rock with it because I got money and I'm untouchable in that kind of way. But yeah, I do agree that it doesn't surprise me they have someone in their bedroom, and like T.I. said, he said what goes in the bedroom is my business, so we shouldn't be discussing that.
Right.
I totally agree. That is his business.
Agree.
Do what you want. You're married.
I do.
But at the same time, it's like, if you bringing somebody else into it and they're like drugged, I don't know. But why would they just now come out now? What made them say this is the day that we all want to come on and just We want to tell our story.
Well, Auntie says, who are we to judge? Tiny is sticking by her husband. Maybe it's a publicity stunt.
Okay.
I don't know. They do pull a lot of those nowadays, though, too.
Right, but I mean, he's kind of popping. I feel like does he need any more highlight? Does he need any more fame at this current moment?
I feel like after the thing with his daughter, his ratings went down.
But you want to make it go down some more? This is not helping it. This is not helping it. I would think he would do something the opposite to be like, you know what? I'm really not that crazy. I'm not the type of person, but you're just making it worse.
We have Miss Chantel. She said the problem is the drugging. I do agree.
Of course. That's the only problem there.
I feel like that's the only thing that's kind of like, okay, if this is true, I can't rock with you. Because T.I. is T.I. Like, just like T.I., Chris Brown, Morris Chestnut, if you get in front of me and you know, you fine. I'm like, okay, I'm grown. You know what I'm saying?
But then again, we're going to get into that too. Then again, women should respect themselves. That he has a ring on his finger and respect that yourself. Too. And you should back off. But he's a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
Celebrities have groupies no matter married or no rings. And that's been like that since before we were born. It don't matter.
That's when we're going to get on the women later on, because that's our problem. When we see money, we see flashy things, we lose our mind.
I mean, that's true. But a man should have the power to be like, I got a wife at the crib.
He could say that, and they could still, like, women are not easy to shake off these days, Brie.
He has the ability to not whip his thing out, too, though.
Okay, but women are not easy to shake off these days. We used to be, the little...
You can tell me no one time.
No. Me and you. Have you met some of these
No, I don't hang with those. I don't hang with those.
Have you met the crazy ones that will do anything for $40?
Have you seen my circle?
Have you seen the ones that do anything for $40?
Have you met
Come
my
on
mama?
Now, $40 friends.
Have you met Miss
Because
Tabitha?
that's not acting like we don't do things for $40.
Miss Tabitha say I can't have them type of friends, so I ain't never had them.
I didn't say they were my friends, but I know some people that'll do for $40. Okay, and he got way more than 40. So let's just. Keep it going.
Everybody looking for a come up, so we really can't say, But that's what I'm saying. He got groupies. He could have chose anybody.
Very true. Very true. All right, y'all. So let's get into the first conversation tonight. This first conversation has been on my mind because I've seen this meme trending and going around social media, specifically on Facebook. And the meme reads, "Black women deserve a love that doesn't require suffering at first." So to me, this is a great meme, and I've seen it floating, like I said. I don't think I actually shared it on my page, but I looked at it and I just really related to it immediately because I'm like, you know what? That is half of our stories as Black women, is that you do sometimes get to that love, but what you have to go through before you get there, kissing all those frogs to get to the prince, is like a horrible situation that you don't see many other races of women going through. And I'm just trying to figure out why we allow ourselves to go through that so much, and how we get to the point where we think that this is normal. Like, I'm supposed to suffer for you because if I suffer for you, it makes it real. Like, it makes it legit
it's
love.
It's a trend that we see. That's why I do really believe in breaking generational curses, because it's the trend that we see. We see mom, we see grandma, we see great grandma going through it, and we be like, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to give a man so many chances. That's why I really respect the single mothers that out here raising strong women, because I do see a lot of women nowadays standing up like, nah, I'd rather be single than to be in a broken relationship.
Of course.
So I feel like it's just something that is seen from generations because of what we went through in our history. So it's just passed down.
Exactly. And I do believe that also, without it being passed down, it's something that I think comes from a man's point of view. Like you said, a man should stand up and say what he wants and what he doesn't want. And so when you called or when you shared with me that there was this other podcast that was by the name of Cruise Season with a K, I do have to shout them out since we're kind of going to bring up their topic. They had spun it a little differently. Instead of saying, why do black women deserve this? They said, is it the men's problem? Have men conditioned their black women to start accepting less than what they deserve because of what they do?
Deep, we got a comment. It says, just because we don't see it in other races doesn't mean it's non-existing.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm just saying you don't see it as much. You definitely don't see someone that is of a different race, especially the race that seems they're like superior than us. Sometimes you don't see a lot of times that they're struggling to find a mate the way that we do.
Because they put themselves on a pedestal.
I'm surprised that ain't us. We was taught not to show anything. Everything got to be in the house, and that's a horrible way to raise a family anyway. That's a black generational curse that we need to stop right there. That everything that happens in the house has to stay in the house, and don't talk about what you're going through, because that'll just make you mentally go crazy.
I do believe that what stays in the house, that stuff gotta go too. Yeah. But Auntie also said, some of us settle for less and think we don't deserve more. But I do believe that's what we see. Right. If you see less, you're not going to want for more.
Right. That's true. And I do think that comes, like you said, from being around certain people and not having an example around you. So I just believe that sometimes it's our job. The first time we see it, the first time we feel it, it's our job to nip it in the bud and to like make a stance against it. Because if no one is standing up for, like I said last show or the first show, if you don't stand for something, then you just fall for anything.
Right.
If nobody is standing up and saying, you know, black women, we've got to be like Cicely, call them to the porch for a little meeting. We like how she did on that movie, how you said she called her.
Said, all that gyrating.
Exactly.
Gyrating,
she called all the family out there and she told them. And it's like, sometimes you got to be like that. Like, you got to be like grandma and be like,
Cicely.
y'all, I'm sorry y'all saw me go through that. But I don't think enough black mamas even like apologize and like say where they went wrong. And like,
mine did.
Well, I'm saying enough. Like, I don't think enough black mamas.
That's why I respect my mama. Shout out though. I'm not gonna lie, because I guess I mean I can't speak for everybody else's, but I think your mom starts to feel bad after a certain point when she knows that you've seen these things. Because no matter what a parent says, they be like, okay, I try to argue in private. You know, I try to do this in private.
Right.
Kids are smart.
And that's the problem. You really can't hide it from them. So why not just work it out in front of them and show them a healthy resolution, problem solving skills. Right. Show them that instead of hiding it from them when you're really not even hiding. Because kids, especially these days.
I see when my mama crying, feelings hurt. So I mean, I guess that would be better. Like, can we just have that black family where we just, okay, we sit down and we work out our problems. Like, I show my children, okay, yeah, I just argue with your daddy, want to go upside his head. But this how we I love to bust somebody upside the head.
Put the head between the washer and dryer, like I said.
I'll put you right in the closet door. But after I did
the closet door.
After I did it, I apologized. I said, sorry, cooked us some dinner. That's how you...
No, but for real, what is the problem? Okay, so in black households, this is a great conversation that we're leading into right now. What is the problem with conflict resolution? Why do we all, especially even in schools growing up, black kids are taught to fight?
Pride.
And that comes from home. What is the issue what's the root of the issue when it comes to a black family saying, yeah, we apologize over here? Or, you know, like,
pride.
Why is that not even discussed? I saw something, or I reposted something on Facebook yesterday that said me and my family decided to, whenever there's a conflict in our home, they were going to ask each other, are you venting or do you want a resolution? Because I feel like sometimes we don't know the difference, especially as black people. Sometimes, like, me and you are talking and I can tell you're venting to me. Like, you're not asking for my opinion. You're not saying, sis, give me the reasons. Give me the answers. You're just talking.
Can we have those moments where we do vent? Because I feel like sometimes we just hold so much stuff in. And I'm like...
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we? Why don't we do it more? Why don't we just, like, have moments of venting and then moments of resolution and problem solving and know the difference between the two? Right? Like...
I mean, I guess I could see that, though, because it's like we are taught to hold things in, too, though. You know, because daddy hit on the sons because if they start crying, it's like you supposed to be a man.
And then we get our men by the age of 25 or 21 or whatever. Every time you get them, they got issues, and they think they don't. I'll never do therapy. I'll never do counseling. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of black men think there's nothing wrong with them or there's nothing they need to talk about. And it's like, talking like that is healthy. You should not have to hold everything in that bothers you, because what happens the day where you reach the boiling point? What happens that day?
Because you lose it all. Honestly, I'm gonna say you lose it all, because some women ain't gonna put up with that too much more. Yeah. So if we don't get it together, hey, that's when we start stepping out the box.
Okay. What box? What box we stepping out of? I need to know what box we stepping out and in.
Some black women is like, okay, they looking in different races now.
Oh, no. That's great. Yeah, that's great. And I'm not against that. I think that the swirl is good. I think the only problem that I had with the swirl growing up in St. Louis and then moving to Texas in my sophomore year is that I had boys, because men don't talk like this, boys at my high school who would honestly put in their Twitter bios that they like light skins only or whites only. And then I remember being at prom and pretty much every black boy or every black boy I knew, at least, or knew of at high school, was with a white date. And it looked like a cult. And my mom actually said that. She's like, it looks like a cult. Because it's just like not even one was diverse. They were all like exactly the same, white, black, white. And it was like nobody had a Mexican, nobody had Indian. Like, it's like it was white, it was right. You know, that type of thing. I think that kind of threw me off, because it's like, now I got no problem with you swirling, but... How's 15 of y'all and everybody swirling and doing the same swirl?
Everybody got the same swirl.
And everybody go to the same ice cream shop? Like, where? I don't know. Y'all like the same flavor?
You know, the Indies be smack.
Y'all like Baskin Robbins? Like, which one do you like, honey? Because I want to know how everybody swirled the exact same way, the exact same day.
Okay.
For real.
Not the rhyme. I mean,
I need to know.
I guess I never really paid attention to it, until my brothers got older. Then I'm like...
It hit me in my face, child. I wish I could have ignored it, because it really hit me in the face. I'm like, dang.
She Auntie said it's just like depression, especially in the black community. I'm sorry, I started stuttering.
You good?
It's just like depression, especially in the black community. We are taught that it is a sign of weakness and embarrassment.
We are. And that's why I personally, got into therapy in 2020 because I was like, you know what? I was that person that thought, this is stupid. Why are people doing that? I don't need to tell people my business. Like, I thought that was, like, silly for you to do that. And I feel like if that's what you're taught, even if it's subconsciously or unconsciously, whatever, however way you're taught it, you need to break that stigma before you have children, at least.
Right.
Because don't bring a child into this world and teach them to be quiet, hush, don't talk back. I mean, don't
hold
talk
on,
back.
wait a minute.
Yeah, don't talk back. Don't get a whooping.
Growl at me. Hold on, okay? Don't not to growl at me.
Don't get no whooping, kids. Listen to me. No, but don't talk out about your feelings, or when you get mad, like when your son gets mad, you just punch him in the chest. It's like, wait, what did he do? What did you be punching him in the chest for? Like, he didn't do anything but show natural human emotion. Like, we've got to stop doing that because at the end of the day, you're raising a man. He may be a baby now, but what are you raising? Like, what kind of woman do you want him to attract when he becomes older?
I do agree. So then, since we're talking about that, my little question that I brought up to you. So does the love a father gives his daughter affect how she receives and gives love?
I love this topic. It's crazy because, y'all, I know we shouldn't be talking about us, but this is crazy because when we didn't have this show planned out, I'm just really transparent. Right. We didn't have a show planned out before, like, today, for real. Like, it was kind of like we knew bits and pieces, but we didn't have it planned out. So I'm thinking of ideas, and she's thinking of ideas, and we're separate. We're not together, just kind of brainstorming on our own. And I literally thought about that because I know that's a topic for me and you because our family situations are a little different.
Right.
And we both have that. We know what a father looks like and what it should look like and what it should not look like. So for me, I would say this absolutely affects the kind of love you give and receive. And it's not always because you have a good father that you're a good love giver.
Right.
And a good love receiver, because I am personally not the best love receiver and giver. I'm working on those things in myself, but I have an awesome father figure who gives a lot of love, and I appreciate all the love he's given. He's shown me so much. He's also made me a little bit I have high standards, yes.
Shout out
but
to Pops.
Yes, shout out to my daddy.
He's taking all of us in.
That's your daddy too.
That's Pops too.
But yeah, he's also, and he says it too, like, I made y'all strong, and like, that this is what, I know that this is what a man looks like, so I'm not just taking anything. Even if I entertain you, I know that you're not the one. Like, I know automatically. I be knowing. Like, I've entertained people, and I'm like, because you're not like daddy at all. Daddy ain't like you. You ain't like daddy.
I think, and once again, I do agree that we are separate. I'm going to still say a father still affects that love because I love, I was a daddy's girl. Then your heart get broken by your daddy and you want to go out breaking hearts. So I was on that trend, and he was like, God set you down. But I do agree because I see my dad like be a very hard worker. If anything, he know how to pay the bills, but he didn't know how to love. So it's like, okay, so I'm like, if you're not getting money, I don't want to talk. But it's like you loving me, but you're not a hard worker like my daddy. So it's like, what do I want, love or my bills paid? You know
what I'm saying? What would you guys prefer? I'm just playing now.
But then again, I had to say that. But I think that's what turned me into a hustler because I'm like, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so it's like now I want my own. I don't even want you, and I think that's where my mom.
And I'm that way regardless because my dad has a high pride, which he tells y'all when he's up on he's preaching and stuff. Because that's my dad is also our pastor. For those who don't know, a lot of y'all already know that. Yeah. So we kind of got double whammy. He also he be daddy with us, telling us what to do. Then he be preaching to us. So it's like, dang. But when he was preaching to us, he's mentioned like that pride comes before the fall, and then he'll talk about how his pride was so high when he was younger, and he had to work through that, and I know that's in me, and it's not even something that he's taught. I don't think he actually taught me. It's just like it was passed down or something in the genes and stuff. Because my pride be high, I don't ask for anything ever, and I feel like that can also hinder you in a relationship, and that's why I said I don't know if I'm the best love receiver because I don't like to receive a lot of too much. I feel like it could be used against me in the future possibly. Like if I take too much from you, then you have one up on me. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't really receive a lot of things, especially that have high monetary value either. Because I'm like, and my daddy's told me not to either. He's like, until someone's your husband, you shouldn't be receiving super high monetary value gifts because you ain't on a corner. He ain't pimping you, is he? That's all I'm saying.
I definitely do agree, but I think my thing is, I won't ask, but then I'll get mad that I didn't get.
I'm not saying
Valentine's,
okay.
Like Valentine's, I want
can we go back to last year? Y'all, so I was in a situation last year. I ain't gonna say no names, but you probably know.
I only know of one, so am I on the right page?
I don't know. We have to talk later, but because I don't want to call nobody out. But I gave a Valentine's gift last year and didn't get anything.
So how does that make you feel?
I was pissed, but you know what? We didn't discuss it. I just thought that, that was what people did, especially because we were hanging out for some months consecutively. We weren't in an official relationship, but we were seeing each other and only each other and hanging out, doing dates and things like that. I didn't give a high monetary value gift. I usually give gifts that are from the heart and that are thoughtful. So I gave something that was thoughtful.
Giver, right, we're very thoughtful. So that's another thing.
I gave something that was thoughtful, and he gave nothing back. And he said, "Oh, I felt bad," but he also did not do anything to make it up or make it right. He just "Oh, I didn't know we were doing gifts." I'm like, but you've been seeing a woman, and this is a black man. I've never dated outside my race, so every man that I will reference is black. And my thing is, that's what I'm saying. Do they set us up for something that to accept less? Because why would you even think you could come to my house on Valentine's Day, gift less? Even if it's just a single rose in your hand, or a handwritten letter. Like, I love handwritten notes. Those are my favorite gifts. To get something that you took time, but you don't got to go buy me anything.
You got to remind me to fix my face. I be forgetting because, I be starting to turn my lips.
Oh, sorry.
I definitely do agree.
Okay, so what do y'all think? And then that goes to another conversation that you brought up. Do men even get Valentine's Day gifts?
I feel like after a while. Okay. After a while, because I feel like I was set up with my little high pedestal. I'm like, no, you got to give to just me. And I wasn't really giving.
Oh,
so
okay.
I kind of changed my mind. Like, after we've been in it for so long, I'm like, okay, I really do love this man.
So
like,
wait,
I
the first couple of years, you didn't give a Valentine's Day gift at all?
No, I did like a birthday celebration, but I felt like Valentine's Day was like my appreciation. I'm like, love you.
And a lot of women, I'm learning. I didn't know that because I'm not raised like that. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with if you're raised. Like, I'm not saying
but
it's
mama
wrong.
spoiled me like that too, though.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is my dad bought us Valentine's Day gifts, and he bought it for my mom and stuff too. But I also saw my mom give him things too. And then I'm the type of person that, like I said, I like to give, and I feel awkward when I'm the only one on the receiving end. Like, it feels like it's a halfway exchange for me. I'm awkward. Like, I'm just an awkward person. So if you give me something, I'm going like, okay, I got you. Like,
but I really want to ask Mom.
I got you back. Like,
I want to ask Mama, like, after how long did she start giving though? I want to ask her that.
My mama?
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't know. That's a good question.
She's been married a long time. I'm like, when you
maybe
first started,
he did first give it to her only, but because now the relationship I'm in, like, he mentioned, like, I thought it was only for you, and I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I don't know, because my mama always made sure the kids had something. Like, I never had to give nobody nothing on Valentine's Day, so I finally got in something real, and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to get you something too.
Oh, wow.
What you want?
I'm like, okay, but it's Valentine's. It's a day of love. It didn't say a day of females. It said, or a day of women. Like, we have a whole women's month that people don't celebrate, which is what, coming up here the next month, March. So that could be something that you could do right then. It's like, okay, give me something for just women in March. But, like, Valentine's is like Valentine. It just says it's a moment of love. It didn't say, like, who the love should be directed toward.
Okay, but think about it like this. Maybe it just depends on, your relationship, for one, because it's like, does your man give often enough for you to even, like, forget about Valentine's Day? Or does he only give on Valentine's Day? Because if he only giving on Valentine's Day, I'm gonna take up the Valentine's Day.
And that's the problem. I think that's the thing, especially with our men. I can't say, because I've never dated outside my race, but with our men, and for those who have dated outside their race, please comment or speak up. But what I've heard from friends who do date outside their race, they said that those men are more thoughtful than our black men. And they give more without it having to be a special celebration. And they just do more because that's how they're raised. And our men seem to like to give when it's a actual reason, or a day, or a birthday, or anniversary.
But I don't get
and it feels like a chore.
Too, though,
sometimes you can tell it's like a chore because they be like half doing it or moaning and complaining. It's like,
or I don't know what to get. I don't know what to plan. So, but we got a little comment.
I saw these.
The auntie says, I personally feel like you should get to know the person you are in a relationship with and learn what your partner likes and dislikes. Yes, men should be included for Valentine's gift also. Yeah. So I do agree with that. That's why this year I'm like, don't get me anything. Let me do for you. So.
And I don't think it even has to be that. I don't think it has to be, I owe you back, so you don't get me anything this year and I just get yours.
Owe back. because I have been like stuck up and stubborn. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna ever lie.
My sister's growing, y'all. She's calling out her fault. She's doing self-care.
I was a little hothead little girl, and like I had somebody good, and then I wait till they mess up, then I want to call them out. But I do feel like it's not that I owe you. Just let me show you that as your woman, I do appreciate you too. You know what I'm saying?
But I think I do that all the time because
I don't.
Because of what I've been.
through. Yeah, I cook and clean.
No, because of what I've been through. I feel like it's different from me. You know, you've been in a relationship for a while, so you kind of got that one person that you stuck with and kind of went through ups and downs with them. But I've been through several and seen different scenarios and with different people and met different backgrounds. And it's like, and not several relationships, but just several people that I've even entertained. And because I'm not even the type of way to get in a relationship with everybody, but entertaining different personalities will show you that. Jesus Christ. I mean, sometimes you just got to be the one to give first. Because it's like, I don't know. I think I just try different stuff with different people because different people bring different stuff out of you. Like right now, I'm in a place where both of us are planning, both of us are giving. So it's like, okay, I feel like I can finally relax and receive and learn to receive. But it has not always been that easy. Sometimes I feel like I'm just doing so much giving that I'm like, wait, am I your mama? Your sugar mama? Your nanny? Your maid? Yeah. What am I? Because I don't know what this is.
If I start thinking about how much I'm giving, I start half doing me.
Right. But then again, I know somebody probably going to come with a rebuttal of like, why you was giving them much? Was it like your own self? Yes, it was a little bit of me because I feel like at that time, you are who you attract. I say this all the time. Do I not, Brie? I feel like I've told you this before.
You said this about a few times.
I say this all the time, y'all. So if you really hang around me, I strongly believe in the law of magnetism. So if you got somebody that you're not really like, feeling, watch what kind of energy you give off. Please watch that because whoever you are attracting in your circle, whoever you're dating at that moment, you're allowing them and you're attracting them through the aura that you give off and the energy that you put out. So I don't blame the people that I've dealt with because I was that person that attracted you and dealt with you and entertained you. But at the same time, it's like,
how come givers can't attract givers?
You can, but it's you because I feel like I'm finally in a place where I do attract. I have attracted a giver. So it's like
okay. It just took a while.
It took a while. And it took me realizing that it's okay to speak up and say no. It's okay not to give naturally. I'm naturally a giver. Like, I'll naturally, if I'm coming to your house, I'm like, Brie, you need anything? Like, I'm asking you on the way. But I'm just saying, I'm naturally, it's sis, bro, boyfriend. It don't matter who it is. Like, I'm naturally just that way. Like,
but I think we built that, though.
No, I'm not, like, I'm for real that way. Like, I'm an empath. Like, it gets on my nerves. Like, I wish I didn't care so much about everybody else's feelings.
I mean, yes and no.
To the point where it makes me mad.
My little attitude is bad, so I don't accept people in my circle like that. So, but if you are in my circle, that's when I'm like, okay, you can have everything I got.
Right.
But the last penny. You know what I'm saying? That's
now
me.
Give me that penny,
so
though.
You call like,
give me that penny, though.
You need this, you got it. Mama, auntie, anybody.
But we talked about this before. Me and Brie have had a conversation, and we said, who are we in the friendship? And she said, you are the nice one. I'm the one that be side-eyeing folks. Like, I'm the one that's like, yeah, let her hang out with us, Brie. And yeah, Brie, she's so nice.
I'll be like, well,
everybody
I'm
is
not
taking
paying.
chance. And Sis standing behind me like, no.
Right.
I don't think so.
Watch Sis and
prove
her
herself.
And don't put nothing of hers on my tab.
Literally. And I'm the one that's like, I'll pay for it. Like, because I'm like, it's money. It's going to come back. Like, it's just, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm raised that way, too. My mom is like a giver. And you say this, too, about mama. Like, she be giving too much. And so that's got installed into me. It's like, I done overgive. So, like, I feel empty. And I feel like that's what I'm saying about with the black women giving love and having suffering first. It's like, when do we learn to stand up in the beginning and say, these are my requirements?
Boundaries.
And these are my boundaries. If they're not respected, I opt out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when do you know when it's time to opt out and say, yeah, I think we've reached our limit. It's above me now.
Hold on, because we got some little petty comments I see coming in. Oh, okay. Auntie said, Brie, you are a good person and you give and think of others. She also said, okay, y'all bring me some groceries because I am hungry.
Yes.
Then we got some.
I'm gonna have them Instacart it to you.
Right. You know
what you need.
I might have to get Auntie some groceries though. And then Miss Chantel said, "Woo, Chile, petty LaBelle Brie."
Yeah, Brie petty, but that's I need a petty friend in my corner.
I wasn't petty enough, apparently.
She wasn't petty enough sometimes, but you need that friend in your corner, especially if you're just overly like nice or whatever, just a giving and like accepting person, because sometimes you don't see it.
Oh, y'all can't play me like I'm not sweet though. I can't be sweet.
To us though, you even said it. You said I'm sweet to y'all. Like I'm very like she's that way with me and our family and everybody that she cares about. But if Brie not feeling you from jump, it's like it's hard to get her to come around to feel you, and it's hard to get her to smile when she around you.
You proving the people's point. You remember the arguments we had?
What?
You proving their point.
What argument?
When they was like, oh, she don't speak or
no,
she just be looking.
And it's not even that. But Brie's the type of person that she's an observer. She's going to observe you really, really good. She's going to get a good feel in her heart about you. And then she's going to open up based on what she's observed. And I know a lot of people like that, and I don't think it's wrong. I'm just not one. I think that that's what makes our friendship work, is that she's different from me. All my friends are different from me. You know Jamise, my best friend.
I love
She different from me.
But me,
she ain't
she
gonna
call it like it is.
She ain't gonna hop up in everybody's face either. Like,
absolutely,
I attract people that are a little bit different than me. People say we just alike when they meet Jamise and I, but I think we're a lot different in our personality.
She's like a chiller me though. Like, she could throw some shade, but she be chilling with it. Like,
That's
she gonna
funny.
kick it with you, Kiki.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, I think I have all, like, even Marissa, like, she different than me. My sister, like, everybody I hang out with is, like, different
Riss be making me
than
mad because she too nice. Riss is too nice. She be making me mad.
No, because Rissa can be mean and rude,
you know, we don't have some almost
stubborn.
pull-ups.
Oh, yeah.
We don't do that. Riss too nice. We're going to work on that one a little bit. I'm going to teach her a little side eye. Like,
yeah, for
that
sure.
little sit back, cross your arms.
For sure. All right.
I
but
guess I am.
Okay, so the last thing was, yes, not the last thing, but yes, one of our last topics was about self-care, wasn't it, Brie? Go ahead and give them the meme that you thought was kind of funny or whatever that kind of, brought this about.
The stuff I get picked on for.
Yeah.
So it was a meme.
It was a meme.
It's a mean meme. And it says, you must really have to love yourself to go out to eat by yourself.
I've never done it, y'all. I'm petty.
Y'all know I love the Texas Roadhouse, so I went by myself.
Yeah.
And I will enjoy my food.
And I eat by myself because I live by myself. So I eat by myself and I'll take my food home and eat it. But I don't know about sitting in the restaurant.
I don't have no
eating it by
shame in my game.
myself.
I done been to the Texas Roadhouse, the Olive Garden, baby. I done went in Chick-fil-A and sat by myself. Like, it's just...
Well, that's different because that's fast food. I feel like sitting in restaurants, like the dining restaurants,
But
I don't want to
sit
sit there and tip nobody over one person. Just me, a party in one.
Or if you had good waitress skills, you will get tipped, whether it's just me or not me. Mm-hmm. But I think it's more so of a... Sometimes it's like, maybe I don't offer somebody to come and they be like, no, I can't make it. That's not going to stop me from going.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I'm
for
hungry,
sure.
this is what I want. Everybody said no. That's not going to stop me from going. Like, there's time to leave, like, I don't want that. I want this. Well, I don't want that. I'm going by myself.
Yeah, we know you don't care what nobody else wants to eat, but
it's
no.
just, I don't see, I don't feel like
That's
you have to
funny.
love, maybe, okay, look, I do love myself, point blank, period.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like you have to love yourself to eat by yourself. That's like being in high school and eating at the lunch table by yourself.
Right.
You ain't
It's
never
like
did that?
it's like the going to the movies by yourself. I've never done that either. But yeah, I like to not to be in crowds. I hate crowds actually. I'm the opposite of crowds. But I like to be with my good people if I can. So I like to call up Brie or one of my sisters or whatever and say, y'all want to go out to eat with me. If they don't,
So
then
you
I just
gonna
get
go?
it. No, I get it to go. I always get my food.
Oh my God.
How you think I eat every day? So I go get my food and I go sit down in my house. I enjoy my shows,
No,
put my
sometimes
feet
you
up,
just
and I
gotta-
relax.
You can't just keep looking at the four walls. Sometimes you just
Oh,
gotta
I get out too, but I don't have to eat there in that restaurant. Like,
Because
I can eat at a
some
park
good people eating
or
by
in a
yourself.
car or wherever,
Like,
scenery. But
I done met some good friends eating by myself. I'm not gonna say friends. Some people like follow me on Instagram, and I be like, yeah, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Follow me. I got a little waiter
I
friend.
can see
She
you in
work
there
at-
like talking to people, like just doing weird stuff with these
Yes.
folks.
I done been like, follow me on
God.
Instagram and left them a tip, and then come back. They be like, hey, I be like, hey, I don't mind that.
All right, bye food.
But I think I catch attitude. Sometimes I just be like, look, I don't want to deal with nobody.
Right.
And I'm going to just go.
So for those who are not really in the Valentine spirit, because you like, oh, okay, it's all about me this year. I don't have a Valentine per se, and you want to like do some self-care and you want to take care of yourself and appreciate yourself. We did write down a few things that we would recommend. I think we all know Breeze, or to go out to eat by yourself and treat
we have
yourself.
a few people in our comments too. So a few people are agreeing with you, sis. They saying,
Wait, Essence said, I'm a Bree. I'm going to eat. Now, y'all,
gonna
I'm
eat,
going to eat, though. I'm going to eat. I didn't say I was going to go hungry. Y'all know I like to eat.
baby, Essence, thank you, because look, I'm going to eat, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to do it all. Y'all know I love me a good nap by myself.
Now, who else you going to nap with, fool?
Hey, mama nap with me too. Sometimes I go get in her
I
bed.
don't like to nap with nobody. When I nap, I'm sleepy. Don't come over here trying to ruin my nap and all
Is
that
it
mess.
just, sis, I love me people that can sleep with me. Sis, I done went in and got on your couch.
Yeah, we just slept on a good couch.
We done went and slept on the couch for a good hour, woke up, watch a movie, go back to sleep. So I go to mama house, be like, Mom, I'm in your bed. I go in a good brother room. Sis, I love me people that can nap and eat. If you can nap and eat,
you can
we
nap
are
and you can hang
friends.
with me.
Auntie know what's up too.
No.
But yes, they agreeing with you. It's up. Miss Chantel said, "I'll go eat by myself, straight up spoil myself." You want another round of drink, self? Yes, I do.
Hey man, I'll drink to that.
Bartender, another round for me.
Period. Yes.
I felt that, like, and you know, Texas Roadhouse got them Kenny Coolers.
Ooh, they have some. Yes, and I like them little cute drinks too. Like when you're really by yourself, it's like you really treating yourself. You getting a mimosa, or
You
you
ain't never
getting
get your feet and nails done by yourself?
Oh, all the time.
Exactly.
Now that to me is not weird though, because it's like I really don't have to have a nail date. I feel like this is my time. It's like it's almost like a massage. Like I don't really want to date for a massage. I don't want to date for nails. Like I'm with people enough and I'm with kids enough all day and stuff like that. That there are some things that I have to do alone, and I long for those alone time and those moments of like relaxation. So it's not about like eating. To me though, eating is like. I don't want to sit at.
What is the difference?
I think if I'm sitting at the bar, maybe that's different. But I don't want to sit at this booth by myself, looking at this other empty booth across from me, like this little other empty cushion across from me, like.
Cause I done sat in there and I done watched the movie in the booth. I brought my little phone up if I was a girl. And maybe that's me. My mama raised me different. I do.
No, she built different though. But no, for real, I agree though. I agree that it's a good thing to do. I haven't done it, and I probably won't do it. Maybe I'll put that on my bucket list.
Just go try it. Just see how it feels.
2021, new me.
Chili's. Go to Chili's then.
I ain't fooling with Chili's right now.
Oh,
but I'm gonna show her the Texas Roadhouse up and get them rolls. You know, I don't never mind that. Is it a pull up moment?
Do we need to pull up?
For Chili's? Oh, no. It's just they ain't been making their chicken right. They about that gelatin chicken. Like, if you don't put that chicken in there for 5 more minutes, bringing it out here like that. Anywho.
The treating yourself and affirming.
Yes, affirming. So I was going to say, really affirm yourself. So start speaking to yourself the way that you would speak to somebody else when you're affirming them or encouraging them. It is really okay to look yourself in the mirror. I always imagine Issa Rae when I do this because it's like insecure comes up in my mind and she in that mirror, she rapping to herself. She's like, you a baddie. Like she going in about how good she is. And I'm like, it'd be so awkward to watch it on screen, but it's like, that's what everybody needs.
Right.
Like you have to have your own back. You have to be in your own corner. Girl. You need to get on Insecure because it's gonna go off. It's the last season this year coming out.
I'll watch it when it come out. You know, I don't like waiting for episodes. But Auntie did say, I am my own Valentine's and I will get myself a gift that I want.
Yes, ma'am. I
so
appreciate
that is treating yourself. That is affirming that's being your own Valentine's, what we said. So be your own Valentine's. Take care of yourself. Like sometimes put yourself first. Even if you got a man though. Sometimes you just gotta put yourself first because women do forget that. I'm one of them. You gotta put yourself first. You're trying to take care of these men,
and that's been the reason why some relationships don't work. Especially for me in my past, when I was saying like I had to learn. If I was getting too far into giving to them and forgetting about me, it never worked. Right? Because it's like, okay, hold on, I done lost myself trying to please you, and you don't even care.
Say the end part.
That's the part they really get. And you don't even care. I'm doing all this, and you like, okay, whatever. You know,
we're gonna say that one more time for the one listener in particular, and you don't even care.
Shut up, fool. No, you don't even know it. No, but so we have a challenge. Like last week's challenge was just to give us some opportunities to come up with topics with you all for the next show and for more episodes. We still do need those as always. We're never gonna turn away
what y'all want to hear,
comments and
talk about
and things like that. But this week is different. We challenge you all to learn someone other than yourself. Learn their love language and then go out and do something nice to them according to their love language. So if you have not become familiar with the 5 love languages, I think I know them off the top of my head, but you can always Google this and take the test for free. I've done it. I know mine is quality time. There's words of affirmation. There is gifting. There is... girl, help me out. Words of affirmation, quality time, gifting, acts of service, and I think it's 5. I'm missing one? Y'all better help me out if y'all hear me.
I think you is missing one. Hold on.
Okay, but when she gets back with that, find somebody else's their love language and do something nice for them. Do right by them according to their love language. I'm not sure if it's 4 or 5.
I made Malik do it.
Yes, I've done it too.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I called him out.
I think every relationship I've been in, we've done it. We've done it in my relationship now, and it's like we have the same love language, which is great because I know that I can give the way that I want to receive and vice versa. So it's cool.
So it's mine's in this order. Mm-hmm. Words of affirmation.
Yes.
Acts of service. Receiving gifts. Quality time and physical touch.
That was it. Yeah, but I think that's actually one of mine. And that doesn't. And people always go so far, like, oh, what y'all mean? Like, no, not even. It ain't gonna be all that.
So like the smalls of your back, or
no, not even that. I feel like it's just like, don't be distant. I hate distant stuff. I hate where you go a whole day or two and you haven't like hugged me or anything. It's because we've been around. Doesn't mean I don't want to hug.
Oh, see, sometimes you ain't even gotta touch me. Just like speak like. Like, show me your appreciation.
Girl.
Like, hey, babe, you had a good day. Like, talk to me. That's mine.
I just don't like distance. I don't like cold spaces or distant spaces where it feels like
Girl,
we're
I'll
in the
turn my
same
back
house
in
but
a
we're just
second.
roommates or something. Or something
Sometimes
like
you
that.
gotta be a roommate. I done had to roommate mine a few
But
times.
that's your love language. To me, I don't like, if you're too distant, I always like, I think it, and I internalize it like, oh, is there a problem? Now we at an issue or something.
I let the Lord work it out sometimes.
Girl, it's above me.
It do be above you. Like, sometimes you just need that good cold space. Because I'm like, sometimes I just
Yeah.
put that up.
But I feel like the touch is what brings a lot of that intimacy back. And so if you're not touching for a long time, that's why you're losing the intimacy. That's why you're losing that connection, because you're not even touching it at all anymore. So like, I know that they say you're supposed to be kissing us certain many times a day. Even when you get into years of marriage, like, you should still kiss your partner at least once, twice a day, because that, and they said for 7 seconds, I believe.
Oh, hold my kiss.
Like
a princess and a frog.
This fool said, oh, hold my kiss. Hold it. 1, 2, 3.
You be taking a breath while you kiss it.
All right, y'all. I'm not finna play with Brie today. Anywho, this fool know what I mean, but like, just have a kiss that's more than like, don't do nothing petty and dry.
I am
with
one
a
of them.
peck.
You know, like,
Because I feel like after so long, that's how stuff die down. And we're going to get into keeping the spark alive. And we have some other sessions coming up with some other people that you know who they are, some special guests coming through. We're going to get into keeping the spark alive later. So I'm going to let that go for a different day. But yes, go ahead and do the challenge for us.
One more challenge, though. I do challenge everybody to submit a Black excellence story. If you know somebody that is Black-owned business, or you know somebody trying to change their community and they just need that extra boost, promotion, or whatever, submit their story to us. Follow us on Instagram for sure. Submit it to our Facebook page. Be sure to just get their information out so that way we can support them as well. We're just trying to keep up with the people and be on our side.
Yeah. And that's why I said if you follow us there, you would see that the post is up there about how to submit and everything. Did you want to give them the ways to submit? Because they know the Instagram. It should be on the screen now.
And I think the email is T-not-T-talk.
All right. Don't quote us. We're going to put it in the...
we're going to put it in the...
We're going to put it in the description.
Yeah, in the description.
We're going to get it down there, y'all. We still learning it. You know, be patient with us. But we appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate the comments and the talking to us and with us.
The vibes. Y'all are beautiful.
Yeah, y'all some beautiful people. I'm celebrating all this melanin and this blackness. And
I think I love it. I think we in a new, like, era where we just appreciating each other. Like, we
I
not
appreciate
trying...
you, good sis.
Don't make me cry. No, I'm just playing.
I can't ever be serious with her, y'all. She's a fool.
I do appreciate y'all. No, we are appreciating each other. I think it's beautiful. We just need to work on it a little bit more. You know, we got another topic coming up too on that, but we need to appreciate each other, love each other, support one another, stop hating on each other.
Of course. That's what I was saying last show. I don't think people was catching the vibe, but I'm like, y'all, it could really be a lot of this mess could be stopped by just a little bit more love. But go back to the scripture, because some folks missed it at the beginning. What did the scripture say?
Did you want me to?
This scripture was great because it was about love me or love me not. Okay, y'all. No, we're going to close it on this, though.
Oh, no, don't close on the scripture.
No, we're going to close on the scripture. Yeah, we're going to close on the scripture, y'all. So we're going to start with the scripture, end with the scripture, because the scripture literally just said what Brie said, and it's coming from, I sound like a pastor, we are coming from the book of, no.
I love you all. See you next week.
Love you. My daddy going to be like, what? No, but for real,
can
y'all.
I steal that, though? Do you think
we can steal it? It's coming from 1 Peter 4:8. It says, above all, love each other very deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. There was a different version of this that we read, and it was a lot more easy to understand, and it was great because it really broke down what this scripture means and exactly what Brie was saying. That version said, above all, show sincere love to each other, because love brings about the forgiveness that we need. So if you need that forgiveness, you need that closure, you need that peace, just try a little bit of love, y'all. And I think we are out. Thank y'all for tuning in.
You know, I'm sorry, I be having to like boost myself a little bit.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I just be needing to like... Thank the audience. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
We will be back next week.
Next week.
At 7 p.m. live on Facebook and Instagram on the JP, Kathy, and the Crew Network, which you can catch them 7:30 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, featuring your girl, Brie the Intern. Let's go ahead and close it out, sis.
Nah, that was lit, though.